Previously on History of Turrican!
We began our epic journey with the original Turrican and found it to be an entertaining and original game, bringing out the best in every system it was ported to. Before we continue, I have a correction to make. I have been reliably informed that Jochen Hippel's 7-voice technology, mentioned in the previous episode, is only actually used in the opening titles sequence of Turrican 2, and is, in fact, nowhere to be found in the original Turrican game. I apologise for the error. Now, on with the show. Title. After the success of Turrican, it was only natural that Rainbow Arts would set to work on a sequel, and so in 1991, Turrican 2 The Final Fight was released. As before, I'll be going through each world and highlighting a system with that world's gameplay, and as usual, we start with the first world. But before we get to that, let's talk about the backstory to this game. In Turrican 2, you don't just play a nameless hero in a robot suit. Your character is named Bren Maguire, and he's the last survivor of his ship, which was conquered by the evil overlord known as the Machine. Leaving you for dead, the Machine has returned to his fortress, and you have equipped yourself with the new Turrican fighting suit. And now you're out for revenge! The surface of the planet Landarin. This is where you begin your one-man war against the villainous Machine, facing off against Hornets, Walkers, Clingers, Droppers, Sentries, Slime Monsters, and a crazy robot samurai, not to mention the giant robotic head at the end of this world. World 1 is a massive upgrade from the original, with more colour and decidedly deadlier enemies to boot. And Hulsbeck's score for this world is jaunty and upbeat, excepting the boss themes, which range from daunting to downright despairing. 8-bit versions feature an extra secret room filled to the brim with lives and diamonds.
Featured system: Commodore Amiga.
The definitive 16-bit version, the Commodore Amiga, shines out here. Crisp, colourful graphics, rich sound effects, and the score, which is at turns jaunty, inspiring, unsettling, settling, and always evocative of the environment. I won't say that this is the only way to experience this game. What I will say is that this is an incredibly impressive achievement. The underground reservoir, in which cave spiders, snappers, spike heaps, spiky balls, and even fish try to make this world your final resting place. But if you survive them, you can look forward to a giant sentry and the Gripper, a fearsome flying machine. This world has an organic theme, decorated with honeycomb-like structures, weathered stone, and a large underwater section. And the score includes an underwater waltz to go with your great bath. On the C64 version, the giant sentry boss has a second form, that of a flying head. He breaks off from his stalk and takes flight, terrorizing you in the air.
Featured system: SINCLAIR ZX Spectrum.
Oh dear, where did it all go wrong? This is a real disappointment. The technological miracle of the probe conversion has gone, and in its place, Enigma variations have given us this. In its defence, we do get a title theme this time around, and the game loses none of its scope in the transition. And the sound, while sparse, is a definite improvement on the beeps and boops of the first game. However, the graphics are a nightmare of colour clash, at some points rendering the main sprite almost invisible. Even so, it's still Turrican 2, and with all its faults, the game remains mostly playable, and it's definitely worth at least a look. Bren boards a one-man fighter for an all-out blastathon in this world. World 3 changes the game from a run-and-gun platform shooter into a straight side-scrolling shoot-em-up in classic style. And look out for level 3 too, because there are plenty of enemies, and if they don't get you, the scrolling will. This is, in my opinion, a bold move by the programmers to change the genre in the middle of the game, and the score, including the magnificent concerto for laser and enemies, adds an extra degree of arcade feeling to this world. After a nasty bit of sabotage from the gunship boss of 3.2, 16-bit versions leave your ship unable to fire in 3.3. Also, Amiga and C64 versions feature a Catechis Lives pod. Look out for it.
Featured system, Commodore 64.
Trends' own system once again delivers. The definitive 8-bit version is bright, bold, and brimming with character once again, and while Hulspec's score is noticeably absent, in its place is a suitably scene-setting introduction tune by Stefan Hartwig and a confident array of tunes by one Marcus Siebold. And while the in-game music is only used in World 3, it is upbeat and arcade-esque. The sound effects themselves are as punchy as ever, even though the bounce cannon noise can grate slightly. And occasional graphical glitches do tend to creep in. Ultimately though, any flaws I can find in this game are nitpicks at best. This is not just a solid game, but a gem. A gaming diamond. The Walker Factory. If you've ever wondered where walkers come from, this is the place. This world is a maze, and can get incredibly tricky if you're not careful. And while it's possible to slip by the robotic dragon in 4.1, the machine's production line can't be avoided, although you can jump over the giant walkers. World 4 is a claustrophobic place, a nightmare of purple architecture and constricting machinery. All of the enemies are based on walkers or robotic machinery, and the score is suitably industrial, with the merest hint of hip-hop.
Featured system, Amstrad CPC.
This version, again handled by Enigma Variations, at least manages to improve on the colour-clashing nightmare of the Spectrum port. The graphics are colourful, and while neither the Spectrum or Amstrad ports have the sheer frame rate of the C64 version, the CPC can boast that the main character looks most like the box art, even if he is rather green. Sadly, the battle between Spectrum and Amstrad would always be for second place. And yet, this is not so distant a second, and a worthy conversion, at least in my opinion. Anyway, enough dithering. The malevolent machine is still scheming to conquer the galaxy. Onward!